Hello, everybody. Joe Begadones here. Welcome back for another episode of Umineko. Last time we left off, fucking crushed the riddle and puzzle tournament. Got every single question right. First try. Don't go back and check the footage in case you just skip through and you didn't want to watch it because you didn't want to, see me spend 10 minutes on a puzzle meant for a 6-year-old struggling through it and getting everything wrong. At first, before I firmly decided on the correct answer. First try. Don't check. Anyway, how's it going? I'm so sore and broken. Like real bad today. I am destroyed. My oh god, what are they? My delts, my traps, like all my fucking shoulder muscles are super fucking tight today. I was having to push around a bunch of generator carts, all full because fuck age, huh? You won't know who they are, but they're essentially the people in charge of like delivering support equipment on the flight line. So like maintenance stands, so that way you can climb up and like work under the wing, or like all the generators and like all that kind of stuff. Topped everything off. Good for them. Makes it a bitch to push them because those things are like 2 tons when they're full of fuel. Yeah, I had to do that a bunch today. One of my shoulders is shot from, well, 2 things actually. One of them was I had to carry around like a tote for, it's essentially full of like 4 sets of 3 hoses that's like over 50 feet long. Like those big nylon straps that like dug in my shoulder. So now I have a good bruise from like, pretty much where you would normally have, the handles laying if you were to like, throw. Okay, here's how I'm going to describe it. Big oldies bag, the big reusable ones, those kind of things. Make it bigger, like cube it in its dimensions. Okay? Now put that on your shoulder and put like 50 pounds in it. And it just dug in, bruised everything. And then I carried the big ladder. The BFL, the big fucking ladder, that's actually what it's called. On my shoulder by myself, which is like easily like over 100 pounds. Bruised it even more. And then my other shoulder is all jacked up from pulling the hoses we hook up to the planes to refuel them. Those are also really, really long hoses. That's our, what's their dimensions? Probably like about as wide as like a 2-liter bottle. You get like your standard big soda bottle and you make that an entire hose. It's like that long, but it's all like rubber and shit. Yeah, I'm sore and hurt. I'm hurting real bad. But my ibuprofen is out of reach right now. So, yeah. Umineko. It's also so hot. Oh my god. It's like the hottest day of the year so far. Actually, literally the hottest day of the year. It's rough. And I don't have my AC, and then I had to turn off my fan. Otherwise, it sounds like I'm in a wind tunnel. After putting Anjay to sleep in the parlor, Genji and the others returned.
ありがとう。よく眠ってたか。
はい。
Also, my PC's acting a little funny. I think because it's so hot in here.
よくお休みになってお
It's
り
having
ます。
trouble dissipating the heat.
ここでの騒ぎは客前は届かぬか。
はい。扉も閉めておりますし、客間には届かないと思います。
You have them good solid wood doors instead of like the shitty like cardboard ones that they're pretty much hollow in the middle, like most houses in America have.
いい夢。
さーて、
All right, now that the kids at bed, this is when the real party starts, huh?
しんみりしたお別れ会はこれまでであるぞ。さあ、ここからは盛大に行こうぞ。二次会だー。
Time to get fucked up. When Bigeto clapped her hands loudly above her head, a white flash filled the hall, and its entire appearance changed in an instant. The hall had transformed into a golden party chamber, with gold butterflies flitting about and gold leaf dancing everywhere.
さあ ここからは賑やかに
Yep,
行こうで
bring
は
out all
な
the
いか。
extras.
そういうことだな。さあ、もう半魔法の毒素は一切なしだぜ。みんな入ってきてくれ。
Yep, you can crawl out from under the tables.
俺たちのお疲れ様パーティーの
You know, you
始
can
まり
have
だ
some of the real
ぜ。
food instead of just the scraps that fall on the floor when fucking Maria drops something. With a burst of applause and cheering, a tornado of gold butterflies rose up in the center of the room. By the time it passed, the number of faces had grown significantly.
未来の魔女に幸あらんことを。そして過去の私たちにはねぎらいをですね。
Yep, yep, happy ends, all that good stuff.
でございますな。今宵は我らも楽しませていただきましょう。
今宵に限らずいつも楽しんでおったではないか。
Well, yeah, you were holding it back a little bit.
世の中、万事は楽しんだもの勝ちでございますよ。
さあ、七姉妹もいらっしゃい。煉獄の七姉妹、ここに。
So,
もうこれでゲームが終わりなんて。
who's the hungry one? If that was Beelzebub? Oh, at least she'll be happy.
二次会で泣かないの。この泣き虫。バトラ卿、ベアトリーチェ様、お招きを感謝します。
And you know, you've been here since pretty much the start, so.
6歳の園児様の寝顔独り占めしたい。私はお料理
Yes,
全
I
部
was
独
right.
り占めしたい。
I'm so fucking smart. Don't ask me about the rest of their
じ
names.
ゃあ私はいい男を
Well,
全部独り占め。
he is on the market now, so.
そこでなぜバトラにしがみつく。離れんか泥棒猫。
よく来たな。煉獄の七姉妹、盛大に楽しんでくれ。
やはり彼女らがやってくると急に賑やかになり
Yeah,
ま
they
す
have
ね。
a lot of energy.
賑やか、大いに結構ではないか。それにまだまだ足りぬぞ。
Really?
この程度で賑やかとはな。
Did you guess their sisters? Yep. Another gold cyclone rose up. In its wake, 3 people with bunny ears came into view.
シエスタ姉妹この得体、ここに。
このようなお席にお呼びいただけましたことを光栄に思います。全然遊び足りないうちにもうおしまいに。
Yeah, you guys kind of slipped into the background for a bit.
それについてはわらわも同感であるぞ。しかし安心せよ。わらわたちのゲームは
Okay, but
ま
how
だ
much
まだ
longer, though?
続くぞ。
猫箱の中で永遠にな。よく来てくれたシエスタ姉妹。
バトラ卿、ご招待を心より感謝するものであります。我ら一同、今後ますますに。
Look, you're in the end credits, which means you get an invitation.
よせやい、そういう堅苦しいのはよ。今夜はブレイコーだぜ。ブレイコー。
Which now they say that, I think of all the people I've seen in the end credits, and maybe that's not such a good idea.
そういうことにバトルは分かってるに。ダメです410。羽目を外しすぎです。
Hey, off the clock. It's fine.
はーい、リーチェ。ご無沙汰ね。すごいわ。これだけ揃うのはいつ以来かしら。夏日の法廷以来ではないか。
Yeah,
あの時は到底賑やかとは言い難かったがな。
yeah, more of a solemn affair.
賑やかと聞いては。
私たちの出番がないとは言わせない。
Ah, you two also have a lot of energy. You can't see it, but I kind of grimaced when they appeared.
すげえぜ。一体何人いるんだよ。
この調子で増えたら
僕たち人間の方が少なくなってしまいそうだね。
もう出てきて大丈夫だよ、サク太郎。うりゅ
Okay, man, maybe don't be out here. Isn't this where Ange is, you know, fucking passed out?
バトラ卿、お招き預かり光栄です。
金系光栄なるものと知り立てまつるものなり。
Now the humans definitely are outnumbered.
よよく来てくれたな。久しぶりだぜ。元気だったか？
Has it been that long?
元気です。あなたたちと戦っている時が一番です。反抗師はもうやりたくない。
Yep. Fucking back to the office.
金系上司ドラノール。
Rather be out there ripping people up, huh?
決済箱は山積みであると知りたまえ。
It's okay. I have like over 1,000 unread emails in my inbox, dating back to like 2015. It is what it is.
切に望むものなりよ。相変わらず大法院暮らしは窮屈であるものよ。
Mm-hmm. No one likes to do the paperwork. They just like being out in the fields, you
バ
know.
トラー卿、少しだけ残念なお知らせがあります。
It's great when you need to route paperwork through like 5 different people, but you know, even to get one signature, it has to go through 3 different people to get pushed up to that person to get their signature. You can't just walk in and knock on their door, even though they're 2 offices down, and be like, "Hey, can I get your signature on this?" They'll be like, "Yeah, you just route it up." I'm like, "White. I can just email it to you." Like, nah, it has to go through the process, and then you get it back 2 weeks later. Mind-bendingly bureaucratic. It's awful. The landowner held out an envelope. It was one of the invitation cards that Ballard had sent out for this night's party. The name on the card was Fruto Erica.
私たちも手は尽くしたのです。
The invitation was filled with stamps bearing the unreadable words of various foreign countries. Even without reading them, it was easy to guess that it had been returned to sender, destination unknown.
そうか。苦労をかけたな。
Yeah, that's Oblivion for you.
忘却の深淵は住所なき無限の砂漠、あるいは深海の底。ベルンカステル教以外の誰にも彼女の居場所を知るこ
She'll be
とは
fine. She has her swimsuit.
一応あの魔女どもにも招待状は送った。気を利かせて連れてきてくれりゃいいんだがな。
They're busy watching.
ベルンカステル教は猫の
They're
よう
like
な
little
御人。
voyeurs.
自分に興味があれば勝手に寄ってくるが、興味がなければいくら呼ぼうとも姿を現さない。
Just like rattle a can of tuna outside the window and maybe she'll pop up.
そうね、あの子はまさに
Kimchi
猫。
flavored.
餌は取りに来るけど決して頭は撫でさせない。
ラムダデルタ、お前は来てくれたんだな。
私、こう見えても全然暇じゃないの
You
よ、ね。
sure about that?
でもまあ、一応ベアとの後見人だし、あんたの後見人も私じゃなかったっけ？
For a bit.
まあ、そんなわけで、ギリよギリ。ちょっと近くまで来たから寄っただけ。
What, you got all your fingers in different pies, just meddling with everyone's affairs?
ああ、そこの棒だ。これ手土産にいろいろ持ってきたの。適当に盛り付けて出しちゃってもらえる？
For someone who just dropped by because she was in the neighborhood, she had brought an awful lot of colorfully wrapped bottles and food boxes.
ベルンカステルはまだ来ていない。
来ないんじゃない？負けたゲームにのこのこと顔を出す子じゃないわよ。
であろう
Yeah, it is what it
な。
is.
何しろプライドの高い御人だ。
Let her be sulky out all by
あい
herself.
つにゃ散々な目に遭わされたような気もするが、それでもこのゲームに関わったプレイヤーの一人のはず。最後のゲームの最後の夜をのんびり祝ってもいいのにと思ったんだが。
そうね。あの子がいなかったら、このゲームはこの結末を迎えなかったかもね。
Yeah, I mean, she did fill in for you when you were, you know, indisposed.
敵も味方も
Throwing a little
ゲー
fucking
ムを
hissy
成
fit.
立させるための絶対要素よ。
そうであるな。敵がいなければゲームにさえならない。
私は敗北さえもゲームの一部として楽しんでるけれどね。あの子はそうじゃない。 仕方ないわ。いろい
Cool,
ろあった
so
から。
she's the kind of person who will like fucking stab you at the arcade if you use throws too much in Street
だ
Fighter.
からあの子を責めないであげて。
本当は感謝するつもりだった。いろいろあったからお前がいなかったら今日を迎えられなかったと。
I mean, yeah, it's like everyone who influenced me on my path through life I have to thank for making me who I am today. But it's like, nah, fuck some of those people. You know, some of them are just trash.
今度あの子に会えるのがいつかはわからないけれど、運が良ければ数百年後にはまた会えるわ。その時伝えてあげる。そうそう、それは
Oh,
そうと。
if she remembers.
招待状はないんだけれど、今日はお客を連れてきたわ。
客？誰だ？心当たりには軒並み招待状を送ったつもりだったんだが。
You know, friends of friends.
いらっしゃい、二人とも。紹介するわ。
Yep, that's what I thought. Amanda snapped her fingers. The empty air exploded and two figures appeared.
ウィラードではありませんか。
よう、相変わらずちっせえな。
知らぬ客人だ。彼らは何者である？
That might get a little complicated if we delve too much into it.
詰めるなシリ。
まず自己紹介が先ではありませんか？多分この世界のバトラ君たちは私たちのことを知りませんので。
服に片翼のわしがある。
Yep.
後ろ宮家の人間なのか。
Actually, yeah. I was about to say it's complicated, but no, it's really not. Hell, they're more Ushiromiya than literally anyone else alive.
私の世界ではあなたとは仲のいいいとこ同士です。
Also, I heard the little bling that they got put in the character cards. We'll wait till
紹介する
Willard's.
わ。奇跡的確率の世界でのみ生まれる後ろ宮家の次期当主よ。そこではジェシカは一人っ子じゃない。ミオンの妹なのよ。
そりゃ驚いた。そんな世界があるのか。
もし
You're like, oh,
はじめまして、ベアトリーチェ。私はあなたのことをよく知っていますよ。
this is awkward.
私にとってあなたが幸せな笑顔を浮かべることは何にも勝る喜びです。
They're like, yeah, it's some heavy stuff, but don't worry about it.
今夜を迎えられたあなたを私は誰よりも祝福します。
そなたなのか。
Yep, don't go on fretting.
よくぞ来てくれた。
Beato realized who and what Leon was. The two of them stared at each other's faces, as though looking at their own face in a mirror.
俺はウィラード。あんたの知らないゲームで巻き込まれたただの通りすがりだ。
彼は私と同じ大法院の異端審問官です。優秀でしたけど。
He's a little more personable.
そうか。ドラノールの友人なら悪いやつじゃないな。ようこそ。歓迎するぜ。
I mean, yeah, the laner doesn't keep the worst of company.
ベルンが連れてきて
Gonna be like, well, she's friends with Erica. We know how she is, but even Erica's not, you know, that bad. I mean, she's a bitch, but, you know, I'm just gonna leave it at that.
用済みにされて潰されかけたところを私が預かったの。後味が悪いのは嫌だってあうあうに言われてね。
大丈夫であるか。もし万一ベルンカステル教がここに来るような
It's fine. We'll smooth it over.
このゲーム版の上では私の駒よ。こんなところでひょっこり再会したらあの子がどんな表情を浮かべるか見てみたくて。
よくわからんが。
Mm-hmm.
性悪なことを考えて
Wheels
連れて
within
きたってこと
wheels.
は理解したぜ。
Machinations beyond your possible comprehension.
私の手土産はこれで終わり。あとはのんびりくつろがせてもらうわ。じゃあとはホストのあんたに譲るわね。
さあバトラ教。
Oh god, you guys the
あなたが
MCs?
告げなきゃ始まらない。
今宵の長きにわたるゲームのお疲れ様パーティーの始まりよ。
Is this one everyone's gonna smooth around and be like, ask questions about the story, and then we can, you know, delve into some of the more vague and nebulous stuff that happened?
よせやいそれ。なんか恥ずか。
妻の大事な仕事であろうが。
Alright, really bumping yourself up on the totem pole there.
合わせはせん。
Beato sulked and handed Battler a glass of champagne. Actually, if it's champagne, it'll be a flute. In fact, everyone had a glass in their hands now.
マリアは子供なんだからジュースにしなさい。
Yeah, there's usually like sparkling apple juice at events like this.
マリアもシャンパンがいい。
ほら、マリアちゃんも。
Yeah, you don't need any more brain damage than you got.
バトラー、ぬるくなっちまうぞ。
同感であるな。始めよバトラー。
異議はありませんな。さあ、こちらへどうぞ、バトラ卿。
Renove motioned towards the center of the room. When Battler stepped forward, everyone silently awaited his words.
よく集まってくれたな。みんな長かった俺とベアとのゲームはこれで全ておしまいだ。
Ooh, epilogue time.
これまで駒としてプレイヤーとしてあるいはゲームマスターとして関わってきたみんなを今宵は招待させていただいた。どうか明けぬ夜を存分に楽しんでほしい。
Cheers. We're gonna be watching reruns of Cheers? Okay. I can think of worse things to do. Everyone raised their glasses to the heavens as they cheered, and afterwards, the soft sound of glasses clinking together rang out across the room. Only I was apart from all the fun noise. Maybe that was what did it. Before I realized it, my cheeks were wet with tears. Okay, yeah, that's right. They moved her here at the end, so Maria was good with Sakato earlier. Don't delete your comments. I can see you typing them. I was lying on a sofa, covered by a blanket. I can just barely remember getting sleepy and falling asleep in a chair. Someone probably carried me here. I can't actually hear them, but I get the feeling that everyone's still in the hall, having a good time. I want to go there too. No, I will go. Over there. It's what I've wanted the whole time, but I've never tried to take the first step. I'll go to where everyone is. My head still feels hazy, so there aren't any complicated thoughts in my mind. But that's okay. It's okay if my head's empty. I'll be together with everyone. I'll go to where they are. That's all that matters. I got up from the sofa and put on my shoes, which had been placed neatly for me to find. Let's go. To where everyone is. Metaphorically, right? Not like... Not literally, because, you know... They're there, and Angers is still kind of, you know, in the mortal realm. Maybe don't go to where they are too quick. The parlor door was shut. I tried to open it, but maybe because of my clumsiness, I couldn't get it open. It was a bit creepy, as though the bad dream I just had was continuing.
開かない。どうして？鍵はかかってないのに。
Well, if pulling it doesn't work, have you tried pushing it? This is beginning to irritate me. The knob that locks and unlocks the door is on this side. I should be able to lock or unlock the door by twisting it. I turned it. Click. The door won't open. Did I accidentally lock it just now? I turned it. Click. The door won't open. It didn't open last time, so it should have opened this time, but it didn't. Now I have no idea which way is unlocked. I kept on alternating between turning the lock and roughly twisting the doorknob. I started to become genuinely annoyed, wondering why they'd locked me away behind such an inconvenient door. Eventually, I ran out of patience and pounded hard on the door, but that noise didn't bring anyone over. Why am I locked up in a place like this all alone? And everyone else is having a fun party right there in the hall. Let me out of here. At that moment, a cold wind blew past me. The wind rippled through my hair. Wind? Inside? I was about to say, this setup seems a little familiar. I turned around to find the window curtain waving about. There was a high-pitched squeal. At some point, the double window had opened outwards towards the darkness. The icy wind that came through it told me that this window was the only exit from this room. Huh? I suddenly realized the darkness beyond the open window was glaring at me, and my tiny heart leapt. A cute jingling sound rang out. I finally understood. That sound was a cat's bell. The glaring emerald eyes in the darkness were those of a cat standing in the open window. Its pitch black, luxuriant fur blended in with the darkness easily, leaving only the eyes visible. Did the Ushiromiya family own a cat? It has a bell on its neck, so it can't be a stray. It's a cat someone owns. At any rate, the cat was standing by the window and staring straight at me. Yeah, you probably shouldn't have a cat on a remote island like this. Even one cat can decimate remote island ecosystems. They're menaces.
あなたは誰?
Of course, the cat didn't answer my question. I didn't think it was a cute cat, but I thought it might be trying to tell me something, so I approached it slowly. Then, the cat did an about face, turning its back to me. It then turned its head to look at me, almost as though it was telling me to follow it, and leapt out into the darkness, leaving the jingle of its bell behind. When I peeked out the window, I saw the cat waiting for me under the pouring rain. It doesn't help that I have all the lights turned off in my room where I'm recording. I finally realized the window was the only exit out of this locked room parlor. That cat had surely come to tell me that. The longer I kept standing around here, the longer the cat will have to wait in the rain. That's no good. It'll catch a cold. Cats are tough little shits. I climbed up onto the windowsill and went out the window. The wind was strong and the rain was cold, but I didn't get as wet as I thought it would. I might have been in the mansion's shadow. When the cat saw that I was outside, it walked along the wall of the mansion as if guiding me. It quickly disappeared into the blackness, but every now and then it would turn around and set the bell jingling to let me know it was there. Eventually, a window with light seeping out came into view. It was the window to the hall. When I peeked inside, I saw everyone having a good time. I couldn't hear their voices, but they were all right there. I pounded on the window, but no one heard. Maybe the window was really thick, or maybe it was just noisy inside. Or it might have been so dark outside that even I blended in with the darkness. In any event, no matter how much I hit the window, it didn't look as though anyone noticed. At this point, not your loneliness. It says loneliness, but I almost said loininess. And I'm like, no, that's not it. Loneliness was giving away to anger. Why don't you notice me? Why did you lock me up in that room all alone? I've had enough. I'll just get inside somehow and yell at everyone. When the cat realized I'd given up knocking on the window, it led me onwards with another jingle. Just where's this cat going? I know it's following the wall of the mansion, but that's not the way to the front door. The front door might be locked. I'm sure the cat knows a place that I can get into the mansion from, and is leading me there. Away from the lights seeping from the hall, and towards the blackness lit only dimly by the lights in the garden, the cat and I continued to walk. Then, I found it. An open window. The cat stood below it and looked between me and the window, as though telling me to go
あ
inside.
りがとう猫さん。お礼にあなたにミルクがあげたいの。一緒にいらっしゃい。
When I walked closer to pick the cat up, it slipped away from my hands and flew into the bushes in a nearby flower bed. Then, as though it really had melted away into the darkness inside the bush, all traces of it vanished. No matter how much I strained my ears, I couldn't hear the sound of that bell. Suddenly, the wind changed directions, and the rain started to hit me fiercely. I can't stay in a place like this forever. You gonna be tall enough to, jump up and pull yourself up through the window?
どこの部屋だろう。
Those windows look a decent height off the ground. Like, not super tall, but, like, a 6-year-old will have to, like, reach and, like, maybe hop up a few inches, from their tippy toes to grab the ledge. I climbed up onto the windowsill and entered the room. Then, the window silently shut and locked itself. Good. That saves me the trouble of doing it myself. The room was completely dark. However, as my eyes got used to the darkness, I was able to make out a few things. It was a large room. There was a long table and many chairs. It was the dining hall. Perhaps because I realized this and was relieved, I was suddenly unable to see again. I searched blindly along the wall for the light switch. Then, finally, I felt a familiar shape. Wouldn't it be annoying if I pushed this and the light didn't come on? Click. In fact, it was nearly the opposite, and an annoyingly bright light filled the dining hall and made my eyes hurt. I slowly opened my tightly shut eyes. And then, I saw the state the room was in. A murder most foul. The dining hall was covered with blood, and there were people, many people, lying on the floor. Then, I realized that 2 of them were my own parents. Well, if we're in the cat box right now, that means there's 2 states the cat could be in. And we got one of them here. Which means, there's 1 cat, there's gotta be 2.
盛り上がらない子は私たちが食べちゃうわ。
騒げや歌えや今宵の主演を
The hall was alive with the mingling of humans and residents of magical fantasy. At first, everyone stayed with their own groups, too nervous to mingle. However, as time passed, people started to move around, and both halves began to chat happily together.
とにかく言うことを聞かないのよね基本。
You've been
リーダーシッ
drinking.
プが大事だと思うんや。背中で語らにゃ部下はついてこんでいい。
それでついてくる部下なら問題はないのだが、一筋縄ではいかん。
とにかくね、部下には舐められたらおしまいなのよ。たまには小さなミスをわざとらしくみんなの前で大声で
Yeah,
叱責す
you
る
know,
のも
make an
大
example.
事だわ。
Remind everyone who the top dog is.
みんなに怖がられるだけ。リーダーはみんなの模範にならなきゃダメだ
I
よ。
mean, it is important to set the pecking order, but
リーダーたる
you know.
ものはね、
you just don't want to be the whip cracker all the time.
うんぬんかんぬん、うんぬんかんぬん。
The Vegeta. What? Huh? "5'4", 40-kilogram Vegeta? What? The Vegeta Lion expounded his views on leadership to the attentive ears of those around him. Everyone was now pleasantly drunk and unusually animated in conversation.
キリエどうしてキリエは嫉妬すればするほど強くなるの？
Because she's a mean bitch.
人聞き悪いこと言わないで。私は欲しいものを逃さない。それを常に実践してるだけなんだ。
No, let's not go down that rabbit hole. Nothing good will come from it.
まだまだお料理は続きますよ。
勝手に当家のパーティーを仕切って。
Well, he is a fictional demon, so it's not really fair to, compare yourself to him.
仕方ないわよ。ローノウェ様は完璧マジンだもん。でも私はゴーダの方が好きよ。これ焼き加減最高だってば。
Well, at least Goda can get his happy ending. Seven sisters had blended into the party perfectly and were making things interesting.
しかしですな、バンダイン20足で否定されつつも名作と呼ばれるミステリーは数多くありますぞ。
Fucking little fucking reading corner over here.
ミステリーなんて所詮は娯楽。
Set up the Rokujima Book Club.
楽しんだもん勝ちだ。
あのウィザードハンティングライトも随分と丸くなったものと知るものなり。
文学も娯楽も時代に応じて作法が変わることもあります。推理小説もまた同じという。
Yeah, try reading a book from like the mid or early 1800s. Oh my fucking god, it's so... I don't want to say dry, because that's not it. Just meandering? Like, get to the fucking point. Jesus Christ. There's a reason the Count of Monte Cristo is like 1,000 pages long. It's because there's like just random segues that go on for 50 pages. Like, yeah, great. I really wanted to read for 2 hours about the Count's like Sardinian butler and his backstory and about why he's so loyal for the 3 scenes that he's in. Amazing. Fantastic. Still a good book, but my god. After Will explained his stance on mystery novels, everyone had a comment to make. Conversation showed no signs of running dry.
確かに新人の心構えはそうあるべきだ。だがそれではいつまでも中堅にはなれるね。
しかしながら規則は遵守すべきものであると知りたまえ。
そんなものは新しき新人が守ればいい。規則など新人用のテンプレートであることを忘
Yeah,
れてはならん
sometimes you gotta make some new rules.
そういう
Weird things happen that aren't in the book and you just gotta improvise.
ルールの外での働き方を覚えてようやく一人前なんだぜ。
Without causing a giant
ル
kerfuffle.
ールに縛られてるうちはまだまだ半人前だな。
Just to get things back on track, you know.
私、仕事を人に譲るのも耐えられないの。私は強力のマモン。
Oh, you want it all for yourself.
仕事はみんな私が独り占めにしちゃうわ。
Well, you see, delegation is one of the key points of
あ
leadership.
なたいい根性じゃない。煉獄の7姉妹ってお給金どのくらい？
Yeah, what are you, like middle management?
うちの主人の会社に入りなさいよ。推薦してあげるから。
Shame, you know, you'll never get to go back there because we're all here for eternity, you know? The humans and the residents of fantasy were now completely on casual terms. Oh, the alcohol helps.
なるほど。これが魔女の世界のお作法なのですか？
そうにそうに。
Oh, despair.
カップのお茶をお皿に垂らし、両手の手のひらをテーブルに押し付けて、お皿のお茶を犬みたいにチューチュー吸うのが我々のお作法に。
More punching back Nazi. Let's go.
あんた何変なこと教えてんのよ。ナチも騙されてんじゃないわよ、スカポンタ。いいとし。
Nazi's not very smart.
こらサタン、ナツヒさんに向かってなんて失礼な。なんで泣き出すんですか？
Because you yelled at her and she's drunk.
サタン、私そんなに厳しく叱りましたか？シエスタ4103、純粋な母に二度と妙なことを吹き込まないように。
I mean, who knows? Maybe she'll be into it. Maybe it'll awaken something in her, you know, and it'll help her unwind a bit. 410 started yelling about animal abuse, jumping around in circles and holding her butt.
私の王子様、どこかにいないかな。アズメはね、燃えるような恋がしたいの。
Go to Comic Cat.
恋をしたらマリアも素敵なお姫様になれるかな。
Sure.
なれるとも。恋は奇跡だ。パワーだ。ミネラルだ。
Mineral?
無敵
You
な
can mine it?
力を与えてくれるのだ。
Is it good for you though? Like arsenic. I mean, well, yeah, arsenic is a mineral, but I was gonna say asbestos.
と毎晩色欲三昧に違いないぞ。
黙れ。ハレンチ女とスケベジジイ。
Yeah, that's your fucking daughter, granddaughter. Right there, you know, don't be weird, Kinzo. The circle surrounding Beato was always a lively one.
わかるよ、その気持ち。僕たちは誰かで命令されて初めて生きる価値が生まれる。
Is this the brooding dark corner?
私、命令がないと不安なんです。誰か私に何か命じてください。じゃないと死んじゃいます。
そんな根性じゃダメだぜ。自分の生きる価値は自分で生み出す。
そうよ。絶対の意志を持たないとダメよ。私が人間やってた頃はそりゃがむしゃらに生きてたわよ。
Yeah. A bit shakily, Lambda started talking about her theory of life. Apparently, she had also had her fair share of champagne.
なんとも摩訶不思議な光景です。
Very strange.
そうですね。グラノール様、おかわりはいかがですか？ジュースならもらいます。
Yeah, gotta be ready to fight at the fucking drop of a hat.
ですので。
How's that?
お、シャノンちゃんでいいや。ちょっといいかい。
Battler came back into the hall. He was searching for his servants, and the first one his eyes met was Shannon.
はい、バトラ様、お呼びでしょうか。
悪いんだけどさ、客間の鍵を貸してくれるかい。
Gotta go check on someone?
客間でございますか？マスターキーでも開きますが、何か。
いや、エンジェは眠ってるかなと思って客間に行ってきたんだが、鍵がかかってたんだ。
鍵ですか？私たちはエンジェ様をソファーにお運び
Yeah,
し
she
た
could have
後、
got up and locked the door, you
扉
know.
は閉めておりますが、鍵は閉めておりません。
ああ、まさかエンジェのやつ、自分だけ仲間外れにされたと思って。
Being sulky.
内側から鍵を閉めて
No, hunker down.
やんのか。やれやれ。
She is sensitive, we know.
お開けしましょうか。
そうだな。すまん。頼めるか。
Battler and Shannon left the hall together. In the hall, Lambda Delta started suggesting that they have another quiz tournament together. Apparently, the witch's certainty would be handing out prizes. Everyone seemed enthusiastic about the idea. Smiling contently at the ensuing uproar, Battler headed towards the parlor. Yeah, I'll sit this one out. No more quiz extravaganzas for me.
鍵がかかっておりますね。開けてよろしいですか？
寝ていたら悪いからとノックはしなかったんだが、鍵をかけたってことは
Well, she could have
起
just
きた
gone
っ
back
て
to
証拠だ
sleep.
しな。一度ノックするか。
I'll lock the door just to spite you. Battler knocked on the door and called Anjay's name. However, there was no response from the other side. He pressed his ear against the door, listening carefully, but there was no hint of Anjay unhappily throwing a cushion at it.
一通りへそを曲げてからまた寝ちまったのかもな。開けてくれるか。
Just tired herself out, got her second wind, and then, oh, it's all gone.
かしこまりました。
Shannon took out her master key and unlocked the door. Then she stepped back to let Battler go through.
エンジェ、入るぞ。
Speaking in a quiet voice to avoid waking Anjay if she was asleep, Battler opened the door. Then, just as the door was opened, a chilly breeze drifted by. Uh-oh! The breeze, which felt like outside air, immediately caught the attention of the pair, and they looked at each other. It could be seen at a glance that Anjay wasn't in the parlor. The curtains to the wide open window fluttered about. I'm just gonna have to assume that the way this room is set up, there's, you know, this is like towards the corner of one of the side of the mansion, and the wall we can't see is where the windows to the outside are, because of the two walls we see here, Yeah, both doors just go into like another hallway that goes around the parlor, and the windows go to like that hallway, and then there's more windows outside. It's kind of a weird setup, but I've seen stranger. Seems like one of the family to just burst out windows. A blanket lay crumpled on the sofa. It sat there just as Anjay had left it after waking up. The blanket was slightly warm. Clearly, she had been here until a short while ago.
園児様、いらっしゃいませんか?
She obviously wasn't playing hide and seek. Anjay was nowhere to be seen in the parlor. Battler peered out the open window into the rainy blackness. So, she slipped out the window in this rain and went... where?
園児様は窓から出て行かれたというのでしょうか?
寝ぼけるにもちょい
Since she didn't leave via the main entrance, she probably didn't even have an umbrella. It was very hard to imagine any reason Anjay could have for going outside in this weather. I have a bad feeling about this. This shouldn't be happening. I'm the game master of this game board. So why are we in a situation that the game master can't understand? A large bolt of lightning lit up my surroundings for an instant, but I was unable to see any trace of Anjay. We're playing 4D chess, bud. You know, you're only on the 2D chess.
1のケーキと4分の1のケーキと5分の1のケーキがお皿に乗ってるの。
Okay.
ワンホールを食べるのに30分かかるとして、食べ終わった時お皿にケーキはいくつあるでしょう?
Oh god. Oh. Go check the fuse box. That moment, there was a roar of thunder and the lights flickered. The cheery voices vanished in an instant, like candles being blown out.
0個でしょ。あんたが引っ掛けられた問題じゃない。
Amidst the silence, one voice rang out and answered Lambda's riddle. The crowd parted, and the form of a girl, a 1,000-year-old witch, came into view. Yeah, it's fine, guys, it's fine. The image on my computer, she's really 1,000 years old, it's fine. She had been invited. She was an official guest, holding an invitation to this party.
遅刻してごめんなさい。パーティーを盛り上げる催しの準備をしていたら、すっかり遅くなってしまって。
As Bernkastel spoke, she looked around at everyone. Hey.
あら、かけらの海で朽ち果てたと思っていたら、今は私の駒よ。素敵でしょ?
Yeah, they still kind of taste of you when she licks them occasionally. She stared at Leon and Will with an unnerving smile on her face, but she apparently lost interest quickly.
バトラはどこ? ベアトは? 招待客が来たの?
Beato's off in some corner.
出迎えてほしいものだわ。
俺はここだ。
そなたを招きはした。
No, you came back?
だが、来るとは思わなかったのでな。なるほど。これは奇跡というわけだ。
Mm-hmm. Story sure is full of a lot of those.
うまいことを言うじゃない。何をみんな静まり返っているの？パーティーでしょ？わざとらしいくらいに賑やかにしてちょうだい。
Yeah, well, now this nice close circle locale. Now that you're here, it turned a little more malicious.
今度はお前の番だ。
何が？
バトラはどこだとお前は尋ねた。だから俺はここだと答えた。次はお前の番だ。
何の話だ？何かあったのか？
Unless this is Peace Battler here and Game Master DM Dimension Battler is off looking for Anjay?
エンジが消えた。ゲームマスターの俺にさえ。
No, okay.
どこに行ったかわからない。
そんなバカな。これはそなたのゲームであろう。そんなことがあるわけがない。エン
ジ ジが消えたのがゲームマスターバトラのシナリオでないならば、ゲームマスターが他にいることになるわね。
そのようなことがあるというのか。
Can't have two DMs.
ええ、私も驚いてるわ。
Just move into the hall?
胸
Okay.
がすくような楽しいゲームを始めようとゲーム版を広げたら、全く同時にバトラもおかしなゲームを始めていたというわけ。ゲームマスターが2人なんておかしなこと
Oh,
ない
yeah,
も
well,
んね。
you did kind of take the board with you.
それはつまりお前がエンジをどこかに隠したと認めたということだな。
そうなるな。
Mm-hmm.
ゲームマスターのバトラの描いていないシナリオが生み出せるのはもう一人のゲームマスター殿しかいないという
Yep, someone in the
こと
IT
になるん
department
だ。
forgot to get rid of her admin rights. So now she's just logging in at home, fucking with the system.
催しの準備ってやつ。
ラムダたちはクイズ大会で楽しく盛り上がってたわね。だから私もそれに加わることにしたわ。
Yeah, that tournament must be extra rough considering everyone's been fucking drinking for the past God knows how
エ
long.
ンジェはその人質のつもりというわけか。
そういうことよ。バトラ、ベアとあなたたちにゲームを挑みたいの。
It's not gonna be about
拒否権はないわ。
locked rooms, is it?
エンジェが大事な妹ならね。
何が望みだ。
あんたとベアとを巡るゲームで私はラムダと賭けをしていた。それには、私は負けたことを認めなくてはならない。
That
少な
is
くともラムダには
true.
ね。
So what's got you so sour?
ベルンってドライそうに見えてなかなか執念深いのね。つまりこういうことでしょ。私には負けたけどバトラやベアトに負けたわけじゃない。
So what, this is the loser's bracket? It seemed as though Bern Castell might smile. However, she didn't. Those cold eyes spoke without words. Battler understood. He had played so many games against Beato. Those games had been a wordless message from Beato. So he knew. He understood. He can read the code.
俺たちと
It's like the
勝負したい。
Matrix.
そういうことか。
恐ろしい敵であるぞ。
だが引けない。
分かっておる。エンジェをベルンカステル教のおもちゃにさせるわけにはいかぬ。
Otherwise, she'll end up at sale at the fucking grocery store as half-off hamburger meat. Beato understood as well. She understood Berncastell's desire for one final battle.
ベルンが正々堂々となんてね。
笑え
どうして？
ばありが
Ah, because of the climax. That's why. Lambda Delta understood as well. In these final moments before the end of Battler and Beato's tale, before everything was locked away in the cat box, Berncastel had finally moved from the audience to the stage. That witch who had hidden in the wings, unwilling to come out into the light, had shown the courage to step out onto the stage. As a friend, Lambda Delta showed that she understood Berncastel's human emotions, which had given her this courage.
私にできることは？
私のゲームの立ち会い人をお願い。
Alright, back to being the ref?
いいわよ。そのゲームに参加したらエンジを解放することを約束できるならね。
当然であるぞ。その約束がないな
We
ら
need
ば、
clear
そなた
lines
の茶番に
delineated
付
on,
き合う義
you
理な
know,
どない。
what's at stake here.
義理はないけどエンジは戻らないわよ。
ならばそなたは負け犬の楽園を数百年間のんびり楽しむこととなろうぞ。
ベアト、挑発はよせ。引けない勝負だ。
The moment a hostage was taken, their ability to negotiate had disappeared. However, Lambda Delta was making Berncastel promise to release Sanjay in exchange for her agreeing to become an observer. Without that promise, Berncastel would have nothing to lose. To make this final fight Bern wanted a proper one, Lambda Delta made her agree to that promise.
無論よ、ラムダ。約束するわ。ゲームが終わったらエンジは解放する。
私の顔に泥を塗らないでよ。 私書かされた恥は絶対に相手を後悔させるまで許さないんだから。
She might get kicked from the referee union if you fuck things up. Lambda Delta spoke in a soft, threatening tone. However, Burgerstell laughed lightly, as though she found the look on Lambda Delta's face adorable.
誓うわ、私たちの友情にかけて。
ヒュー。
Lambda Delta whistled and grinned. Apparently, this was the most reliable oath Burgerstell could utter.
わかった。
Lambda Delta nodded, looked between Battler and Burgerstell, and spoke.
絶対の魔女ラムダデルタの名において、あんたたちの勝負の立ち会い人を引き受けるわ。バトラ、ベアと、異存はないわよね。
I mean, not like they can. After Battler and Beato nodded to each other, they nodded at Lambda Delta to show their determination.
嬉しいわ。やっと私たちは戦えるのね。
いずれ、お前とは戦うことになる。
Yeah, you've been definitely, portrayed as the big bad looming in the shadows for quite a while now.
いつから？
わからない。ひょっとしたら、
Just a vibe, you know.
お前の名を知るよりも、もっと前からかもしれない。
Battler vaguely remembered her speaking to him, somewhere in an unconscious world he couldn't remember. At that time, it sounded like she was giving him advice for his fight with Beato. But thinking back on it, it was a little different. She might have been a cat fighting from the sidelines, too scared to go out into the bright sunlight. So, I had a vague premonition that, eventually, we would stand opposed to each other on the game board in some way.
こいつもプレイヤーの一人だったんだ。ゲーム版を片付ける最後の最後で、こいつはやっと舞台に上がる勇気を持てた。俺はその勇気ある決闘の申し出を受けて立ちたい。お前の駒だった。あの勇敢な女の名にかけてな。
私はエリカに決闘を押し付けたわ。勝ちたかった。それ以上に負けたくなかった。敗北の味を知るかもしれない恐怖が私を災難だ。
You know, that's actually, the wanting to win but more strongly not wanting to lose. It's, I'm pretty sure that's an actual thing. It's like a loss aversion or something. It's like an actual, I don't want to say psychiatry, because that's not right. You know what I mean, psychology thing.
そして今にして思うと、あの時のあんたたちに私は嫉妬していたんだわ。
I mean, yeah, they did put on a pretty good show.
俺の好敵手だった。その最後を見取らず、忘却の深淵に葬ったお前を俺は許さない。
ど
They
うし
just
ろ
dumped
と
her
いう
in
の？
the trash.
エリカに謝れと？
エリカを忘却の深淵から救え。そしてこのパーティーに招け。
I mean, assuming she remembers where she dumped her.
エリカを救え？
わらわもバトラに同じだ。あやつは敵方の駒なれど、その役割に忠実であったに過ぎぬ。
I mean, yeah, but still, she's a little fucking shit gremlin.
好敵手なくしてゲームは成立せぬ。敵であることは変わらぬわ。
I mean, she'd probably definitely cry, but, so that'd be funny to see at least.
あれだけあんたたち
You
を苦
definitely
しめた
drool too, you know, like full-on ugly cry slobber, you know, a mixture of like more indignation and like, oh, the humiliation that I've had to have been rescued, but also I'm kind of thankful.
俺たちはフェアに戦った。勝敗が互いの運命を分けたが、決闘を交わした俺たちはずっと友人だ。
Fucking Shonen Jump call. They want the protagonist back.
ベルンも友人になりたいのよね。
Though I do kind of like that character trait.
だからベルンもフェアに戦いたくなったんでしょ？
Though I think it's better when it's in older people.
笑えば
It's why I like fucking Papa Nier from the first Nier game instead of fucking
笑わぬ。
Brother Nier. Because it hits so much harder when this gross like 40-year-old like dog-faced dad is like, we fought Kaine, that means we're friends. And it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Compared to, like, I don't know, when the 15-year-old, like, brother Nier does it. You know, it's different vibes. It means more.
むしろ歓迎だ。
人質を取ってるのに。
取らなきゃ。お前は舞台に出られなかったんだろ。
There had been no need to take a hostage. Battler and Beato would have gladly accepted a final duel if Bernkastel had expressed a desire for one. It was hard to make out anything from Bernkastel's silent expression.
いいわ。
何が？
エリカを深淵から。
Cool.
よく決意したな。
For someone as proud as Bernkastel, forgiving the piece who had caused her defeat should have been nearly unbearable. Battler knew this, so he realized how much this bit of compassion had cost Bernkastel. Bernkastel snapped her fingers, and a black cat slipped out of her shadow.
深淵の奥底に存在に放り投げたから到着は遅れるかもしれない。
構わぬ。料理も酒も決して尽きることはないのだから。
おゆき、あの子をここに案内しなさい。
When she gave this order, the cat melted into the darkness, its bell jingling.
まさかあんたがエリカを許すなんてね。
I mean, I don't think she's forgiving Erica.
許す気はないわ。だからもう私の駒じゃない。誰かが拾えば？あんただってリオンたちを拾ったわけだし。
ベルンカステル、感謝する。
じゃあ、余ったない時間はこれくらい。
Let's get the show on the rope, people.
すでに私には苦痛なの。
The final chapter.
いいぜ。ゲームはどこでする？ここで賑やかにでも、静かないつもの場所でも、どこでも構わない。
The little cigar lounge that we haven't been to in quite a while.
ベルンカステル教がこれほどの大勢の前に姿を現す勇気を見せたのだ。
Well, we were there a couple episodes ago, but you know what I mean.
これ以上
Like for extended periods of
いじめること
time.
もあるまいぞ。
そうだな。ならば、いつものあの場所しかないだろうぜ。
ベル、問題ない？
ないわ。
ごめんね、パーティーのみんな。私たちはちょっと失敬するけれど、みんなは引き続き楽しんでいてちょうだい。
Still food and drink.
ゼパル、フルフル、あんたたちが盛り上げてて。エリカが来たら、
Or maybe like,
み
I
んな
don't
で
know,
歓迎
set
して
up
あげ
a
て。
projector screen so that way everyone can watch the ongoing game.
ラムダデルタ教仰せのままに。
では
Make it like a
招こ
viewing
うぞ。
event.
我らが思考を巡らして戦うにふさわしい、いつものあの部屋へ。
When Battler snapped his fingers, space shattered. They were now in the place where witches had once exhaustively debated, schemed, and reasoned, the witches' smoking room. Bernkastel had been invited there once again, and a final game would now begin.
ゲームの用意はあるのか？
Now, what are you playing? Fucking Monopoly? Yahtzee?
もちろんじっくりと作り上げた自信作のゲー
Ooh,
ム。
a homebrew.
ゲームマスターがベルンで、バトラとベアとはプレイヤーということね。ベルンが殺人ゲームの物語を語り、プレイヤーの2人が人間のトリックで再構築できるかを挑む。いつも
ベルンカステル教の描くシナリオがどのようなものか
It's
興味がある。
quite a deep well to draw from, considering everything we've been through so
俺たち
far.
が青き真実で指摘し、お前が赤き真実でそれを弾く。そのルールで問題ないな。
私のゲームはもっと
Okay.
シンプル
I
よ。
like simple.
ただの犯人当てクイズ。
Alright, just find who done it.
あんたたちと赤やら青やらの攻防をやるつもりはないの。
へえ、それってどんなゲーム？先に見せてもらってもいい？
Bernkastel held her palm upwards, and a fragment glowed pale blue appeared there. Lambda Delta held a hand over it and shut her eyes.
ね、簡単なゲームでしょ。
確かにこれはバトラたちがやっていた思考ゲームに比べたら
Okay,
はるかに単純だわ。
that concerns me that you're saying it's so
魔
simple.
女と人間のゲームじゃない。
そうよ。
Yeah, but people are complicated.
これはもはや人間のゲーム。
驚いたわ。ベアトというファンタジーと戦うためにベルンが用意したゲームが純粋なミステリーだったなんてね。
説明してくれ。
極めてシンプルよ。ベルンの
No
用意し
witches,
た
no
物語を
magic,
感
just
激する。
straight murder mystery.
その中にはいくつかのルールがあるけれど、それに従って読み解くことで一なる真実、すなわち回答が得られるようにできているの。
つまり
Okay.
普通に推理小説だってこと
No
だ。
multiple red truths being possible, just the one singular.
なるほど。となれば赤と青の真実のつばぜり合いなどもはや不要ということか。
Yep, no hypotheticals. In Beato's games, the argument was about whether it was a mystery or not. However, Berncastell's game was a mystery. There's no need to argue from the start.
動機もトリックも切り捨てた。あんたたちに求める答えはたった一点よ。
フーダニット。
なんと単純かつこれ以上ないほどに我らの決
Alright,
着
don't
にふさわしい
just don't make me actually pick.
そうだな。
I'm too dumb for mysteries.
何の小細工もない。
Maybe I'll read something simple, like, I don't know, Muramasa
ス
next.
トイックなまでにシンプルな。
これは正真正銘の決闘である。
I actually need to set up a poll from some of the games I'm thinking about doing next once I've done Umineko.
立ち会い人として宣
I
言
said it
す
last
る
time, we
わ。
are in the home stretch. You know, this is chapter 8. That's it. This is it.
このゲームは解けるようにできている。
Which means I need to start making thumbnails for next series.
つまりあんたたちの決闘の舞台として公平であることを保証する。ベルン、これは老婆心だけれど本当にいいの？バトラとベアとはミステリー好きで交際を
Yeah, they're
始めたのよ。
like a power couple right now.
私
You
に
know.
はよくひねったシナリオだとは思えるけれど、この二人に通用する
And
か
going by
は
like
ちょっ
TV
とわ
trope
からない
stuff, you're
わよ。
like in a real bad position.
私の精一杯のシナリオが通用しないなら、その時はその時よ。
Like I don't know if you can even win like on a metaphysical conceptual level.
大事なのはベルンカステル教が渾身の力で描いたゲームであることだ。
そうだな。それが俺たちに通じるかどうか。ただそれだけのシンプルなゲームなんだ。ラムだ。ありがとう。お前のおかげでこの決闘が正々堂々としたものであることが証明された。
どういたしまして。私も嬉しいわ。ベルンが挑むというこの貴重な戦いに立ち会わせてもらえるなんて光栄よ。
You gave her the confidence she needed to come out on the stage and do her thing.
そなたを対戦相手に迎えられ、
私もよ。あんたを見下してた。勝負の場にでもせずにね。そんな、それまでの自分に虫唾が走る。
Talk about puke a lot, don't you, Burn?
決闘させて。
受けて立とうぞ。
私が勝ったら、今度こそあんたを思いっきり見下してあげる。そしてもし、私がきっと忘れているに違いない。あの感情を思い出させて。
You what, you gonna have a gamer moment?
ベルンカステル、お前が勝とうと負けようともこれだけだ。
何？
That was a real long pause, Battler.
この決闘が終わったら俺たちは友人だ。
これ以上はやめて。くすぐって。
Yeah, quite saccharine. You're gonna give her diabetes. Lambda clapped her hands. A pleasant sound rang out.
朗読はベルンが？それとも私が引き受けようかしら？
朗読者は不要よ。
No narrator?
朗読の巫女は自分の口を通して物語を脚色することも歪めることもできる。
You can put emphasis on the right syllables to, you know, throw off the meaning behind a sentence.
たとえ私のゲームに小細工がなくとも、朗読の術でいくらでもそれをすることができる。
そうであるな。それもまた ゲームマスターの権利の一つ。
Just nothing but the raw details.
あんたたちとしたい決闘はシンプルでありたいの。だから朗読者はいらない。あなたたちが自らの目と耳で物語を読みなさい。
You can't read with your ears there, Burn.
いいの？それじゃベルに有利なことがなくなっちゃうじゃない。
わかった。
Yeah, that's why it's a fair fight, you know, 50-50 coin flip.
朗読者はいらない。俺たちが自分で物語を読む。
朗読者がいないということは、
All the risk, but all the
物語の
reward.
とがきに一切の虚偽が混じらぬということか。
受けて立つぞ、ベルンカステル。何の小細工もない正真正銘のミステリーの一騎打ち。お前の正々堂々を俺たちも正面から受け止めてやれ。
Oh boy.
ありがとう。負けないわよ、私も。
Well, not many people go into a game planning to lose, except for Beatrice.
それではダメであるな、ベ。
ああ、そうだな。ミステリーを突きつける魔女はそんな態度じゃダメだぜ。ああ、全然ダメだな。
Bernkastel, realizing what Battler and Beato were asking for, snorted. They have dealt a nod at her, telling her to enjoy this final duel to the fullest. Yeah, fucking get corny. You know, put it all out there.
人間と魔女が仲良く肩を並べてミステリー談義なんてバカバカしいわ。笑えるわ。あんたたちの仲良しミステリーが私の用意したミステリーに通用する
Yeah,
か
ham it up.
受けてみなさい、私のミステリー。
そうでなくては奇跡の魔女。
Yeah, go full fucking like Saturday morning cartoon villain.
確かに受け取ったぞ。
さあ、勝負開始だ。ゲームマスター、後ろ宮バトラー、そして無限の魔女ベアトリーチェがお相手してやる。ぶっ飛ばされても泣くんじゃねえぞ。
食らうといいわ。これがベルンカステルのミステ
You're really hyping
リ
it up.
ー。
Vine boom. Bernkastel took the fragment holding the game and smashed it against the table, shattering it with a brilliant light as the game's scenario laid itself out. The curtain rose on the mystery Bernkastel had created. But that is where we're going to end it here for today. Once again, thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell. See you guys all next time for the next episode of Umineko, where hopefully I won't be as dead and exhausted when I'm reading. Oh my god, I'm sweating. It's very good I don't have face cam in these videos right now because I look horrendous. I kind of get that, that kind of pale but rosy cheeks and forehead people get when they're exhausted. Like that, and I have sweat dripping off my eyebrows. I look like shit. Which hopefully didn't affect my energy level too much. I kind of feel it did, but, you're your own worst critic. Well, I say that, but I've seen some of the comments some of you people leave, and man, ow. I have feelings too, you know. But, next time, we will pick up with Bernkastel's Final Tales. See you guys all there later. Bye.